Today is another glorious day because today is Wednesday, which means it is halfway through the week and the weekend is almost here, right? Not to mention the market is mighty green. Yesterday, the market ended up finishing a little red. However, we're getting a very much nice bounce right now. So we got some news that I do want to cover. And then this video, I want to talk about earnings, especially for the stocks that I own on this YouTube channel. I want to really go over a lot of a deep dive for the next probably about maybe 15, 17 minutes talking about pretty much what stocks I will be potentially buying after earnings or really much adding to. I do want to talk about SoFi in this video, so if you are a SoFi shareholder like me, a raging SoFi bull, you're going to enjoy this episode. If you are new here, welcome. I cover primarily fintech, semis, big tech, SaaS apocalypse, which I was a very big buyer. And I'm just overall bullish on the market, very happy. Love to make videos, make content, educational content as well too. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an average retail investor trader in the market, and well, here we go. Oh yes, and if you do want to see more of me, definitely subscribe here on this YouTube channel. This channel is relatively new. I'm going to be advertising this YouTube channel with my ecosystem of other YouTube channels, probably maybe early next month. Primarily, one of my YouTube channels has over 200,000 subscribers. It is a video gaming channel, not stock market related, but then again, the stock market is just one big video game, pretty much, right? You're either winning or losing. That's essentially a video game. But then again, your life is also a video game too. Smash the like button, especially if you find value in today's video. Okay, so, we pretty much got a, extension of a ceasefire in the Middle East. No retaliation from Iran to the U.S., to Israel. No retaliation from the U.S. to Iran. And things right now are just really chill. A lot of scary stuff has pretty much happened, and I've been talking about this for a while. I've been in the market for, honestly, probably longer than some people, not as long as many others. I got into the market during Rona 2020. March 2020, I made probably the best decision that I could. But I will say this, I made life-changing money throughout 2020 and 21, and I didn't know what I was doing. I just literally bought the COVID down stocks. I bought the airlines, bought the cruise lines, bought some cosmetic companies, bought some retail brick-and-mortar companies that were down like 70-80%. And I just took $10,000, put it here, $15,000 here, $20,000 here. A little bit over six figures, made into multiple six figures. Like I said, life-changing money. I honestly really wish that I took the time to learn all this stuff, but I was also working a very different full-time job. I was actually in the military at the time on active duty, so I really didn't dive into, like, the overall market. 2022, it was actually my last year in the military. I'm 37 now. I did 15 and a half years in the United States Marine Corps. Pretty much, yeah, as I was pretty much getting done with the military in 2022, I was on a retirement board, and I started to really learn about the stock market. I really dived into earnings. I really dived into how to do fundamental analysis. Pretty much the psychology 101 of the stock market per se. In 2022, it was a gut check. We had Ukraine and Russia. We had descending earnings, okay? Keep that in mind. We had earnings that were going down, not going up. We had escalation with inflation. We had inflation soaring to almost... I believe inflation touched 10%. I think it ended up peaking at like 9.6, 9.7%. Do not quote me on that, but it was unreal. You had the Federal Reserve coming out and basically saying, hey, nope, rate hike. You had so much drama in the stock market in 2022. I don't even know how the hell I walked away that year still being profitable. 2023, that was a nut tapper for me. I very much got my bum kicked in 2023 because I was in the wrong sector of the market. I was actually in the penny stock sector. 2024 came out swinging, and last year was a banger, and this year is going to be another banger too, especially for me, many others. But all those years, there is drama every single year in the stock market. There is always drama. But here is the biggest thing that is different than 2022 drama and 2026 drama. 2022 drama, companies' earnings were going down to Chinatown. They were decreasing, okay? This year, companies' earnings, they're putting up bangers, and they're guiding for putting up bangers as well, too. So, the ceasefire is just really causing a very much of a big rally overall in this market. And not to mention the ceasefire, that's awesome. War is definitely not a good thing in any way, shape, and form. Like I said, I do have a military background, but I'm definitely not a warmongering bungholian. I'm an Afghan vet. I love my country, but at the same time, our country and the world basically pretty much needs to cool off on the very much warring mentality. And just really focus on very much making money and living life. Pretty much about it. What you see on the screen here is my YouTube channel public profile that I pretty much started several months ago. I'm doing a public profile challenge. Looking to take this amount to 6 figures, a fun risk-on profile. In the course of 17 months, the account challenge started 2 January of this year, and it's going to run up until May of next year. And pretty much I have a fun set of rules, how much money I can deposit into this account. If you've been following me on this channel for the last couple months, SoFi was very much down here recently, which is pretty funny. Robinhood was down close to about 25%, which I was buying. Adobe is making a rebound. Palantir's making a slow rebound. Meta's making a rebound. PayPal is creeping up. Yes, I did buy shares of PayPal in the 30s, high 30s. That one is making a rebound. And Oracle, I started buying and the stock took off like friggin' crazy. AMD, a couple months ago, was actually down. I was actually down over 10% on my AMD position. Look at AMD. Last price, $287. The semi stocks move like crazy. People underestimate these stocks because they move so very quickly. Water cheers. People underestimate big tech, but they can move like they can move like rabbits. And AMD is going through a growth cycle, pretty much. So, we have Robinhood for my stocks on this channel. Robinhood's going to be the first in the poop shoot. Then we got SoFi. We got Meta on the same day. SoFi is in the morning. Meta is after. Not to mention, next Wednesday is also FOMC day. That's going to be crazy. Then we also have Palantir, May 4th. PayPal, May 5th. And I also have stated this as well, too. I've talked about this a lot on this channel, what my strategy is for these stocks. I'll just run through them very, very quickly. AMD, 3 to 5 years. SoFi, 10 years. Robinhood, pretty much 2, maybe 3 years, as long as this market is risk on. Adobe, next 2, probably 3 years. Palantir is really a wild card. Same with Meta. I've really scaled out a Meta a little bit because their capital expenditure spending. PayPal, if PayPal turns positive, I'm going to start exiting because I did not like how PayPal's CEO or former CEO, Alex Chris, pretty much like failed his own vision. So if I'm going to turn positive on PayPal, I'm going to be out. But then again, that's my strategy. Okay? You got to have a strategy for going in and you got to have a strategy for going out. if your strategy changes because of the CEO getting the boot, well, guess what? You got to be disciplined, and you gotta start exiting out. But there's a lot of interesting things that can happen to PayPal, and I'm really wondering if this earnings is something's gonna happen. Oracle, honestly, the stock is on its way to $300. So $300 Oracle, I'm probably going to start exiting. Really wish that I was more aggressively buying, but I literally started buying Oracle and 2 days later the stock started going off. Crazy, right? Okay, so anyways, I want to pull up some earnings here, and I really want to talk about what stocks I will be potentially looking to buy, or what very much may happen. NASDAQ calendar, we are the 22nd. Hold on, I gotta pull this thing up. Why are you glitching? Here we go. Okay, so I'm on the NASDAQ website. So today, after hours, we have Tesla. It's gonna be no surprise. Tesla's earnings, it's always about their guidance. I mean, a lot of people don't like me saying this, but I mean, by all means, their cars are not doing very well. Why is Tesla a 1.4T company? It's because the company Tesla, one, has an innovator of a CEO, so you are getting a lot of premium. Robotaxi is still a thing that very well may get Tesla out of the hole. And then on the flip side, Tesla could very well be moving in many, many other directions. But I mean, as for their car sales numbers, it's going to be horrendous. It's all about their guidance. It's all about Musk, what he chooses to really say, pretty much. So this is going to be very big for today. Tesla could very well maybe move this market a little bit, but there's been times where so much downward risk has been factored into Tesla's earnings. It really didn't do anything for the market, even if it does go down pretty much a substantial amount. Tomorrow, basically, Intel, this is going to be good to really listen to really their grasp. Friday, if we can load on Friday. What the hell, man? Oh, you got to be friggin' shitting me. Hang on one second. I think my internet just glitched. Come on! You know, literally as I'm friggin' making a video, you are being a glitch hog. You know, this is absolutely unbelievable. It's either my internet or it's either this website. Hold on. Yep, it's my motherfucking internet. Fuck you, you bitch hog. Oh, yeah, talk about keeping this video PG related. Nope, that didn't happen today. Hold on, I gotta go ahead and activate my hotspot because for some reason my internet likes to glitch on me. Hold on. Anyways, okay. So, as I activate my cell phone for a hotspot here, I honestly don't understand what is this issue. Every single day my internet drops literally at the same friggin' time. Same time every single day. SoFi is gonna come out with banger numbers like they always do. And the thing about SoFi is the stock always sells off after earnings. It's just really what it does. So when SoFi puts up good earnings and they do have a dip in their stock, I'm going to be buying more shares. Now, there is a chance that that dip doesn't happen, but I'm just telling you, for someone that has been in SoFi since 2024, February, the stock goes up and it comes back down. Great numbers, great guidance, it goes up and it comes back down. That's what happens after earnings. There is a delayed reaction in a lot of times with SoFi. So if SoFi sells off back down to like 17, 18 bucks, I'm going to be picking up some more shares. That's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. Okay, temporary internet back up. We got Friday, PG. Not really too familiar with any of these companies really per se. I don't even know why this calendar has Saturday. Monday, Verizon. Verizon is always good to really just look at their numbers because it really does just show like a lot about the consumer, broader consumer. Visa, this is going to be really big. Coca-Cola is another big one as well too. Taco Tuesday next week is going to be super duper big. What is that? The 28th, yeah. 28th, Hood is also on here, my stock. And then we got a crazy Wednesday. Okay, crazy day. Crazy hump day. We got Google, we got Microsoft, we got Amazon, we got Meta. And then we also have SoFi. I mean, talk about just SoFi getting buried over here. Like, yeah, SoFi is on friggin'... SoFi is on... is SoFi even on here? SoFi is reporting on Wednesday. I'm almost positive, but I don't know why SoFi is not on here. Unless maybe SoFi's changed its earnings. SoFi should be on here. Unless maybe I'm really blind. But, yeah, you have a slew of companies on Wednesday reporting. Like, when I say a slew of companies, I mean, like, a slew of companies out here. Thursday, Apple. What else? MasterCard. That's going to be very big. And then Friday, Berkshire Hathaway. Talk about, like, the top friggin', like, 15, 20 companies. Exxon is going to be really big, too. So understand that next week, the market is going to be insane in the membrane. I honestly don't know why SoFi is not showing up for some reason. I just got to double check that SoFi's earnings... Market cap 24 bill on SoFi. When is their earnings? Hold on. SoFi earnings. Come on. SoFi's earnings April 29th. Yeah. April 29th. SoFi is going to be reporting earnings. I don't know why it's not showing on this calendar here. Kind of really freaking me out. SoFi honestly should be like SoFi should be like very much on the top. It's a little annoying as to why SoFi is actually not on this like card here. Okay, so to really sum up this video, earnings is going to be utterly crazy. Have a game plan for all your stocks that you have, especially around earnings. SoFi, we could very much bounce back, like I said, to the $17 range. And if that does happen, hey, I'm going to be a buyer. AMD, I'm very much, it's AMD. I got plenty of shares on my public account here on this YouTube channel. My private account, I've shared this, regarding SoFi. I'm holding 1,642 shares. I got shares coming out of my Wazoo on another profile of mine. On this account, I would not mind increasing my SoFi cost basis, my total position to 8,000 or maybe even more. It really doesn't bother me that SoFi is 22% or could be higher of a position. It also doesn't bother me that AMD is 29%. Somebody did ask me this question. They're like, hey, does it bother you that AMD is such a massive position? The way that you build your profile is all about how you want to manage your risk. And if you have an appetite for risk, hey, this profile that I'm doing publicly, it's a risk-on profile. Some people really don't understand that obviously watches like my videos and stuff. This profile is risk-on. In a very quick snap of a fingers, this profile could go down by friggin' like $10,000, which is essentially probably about like 20%, give or take. In a snap of a fingers, this profile could go up another 20%. It's a risk-on profile. Your level of risk, your level of companies, that is for your strategy and what you want to do. Obviously, if you're looking to build a basic long-term profile, you really want to focus on growth companies, value companies, and also throw in, if you can, some dividend stocks as well too. Obviously, this profile is primarily growth. Primarily, I mean, you could very much argue that a company pretty much like Meta might be a value play, but I very much argue against that. Meta is still growing unless their CapEx pretty much lags them tremendously. So, as always, on a closing note, understand what your strategy is. Stay with your strategy. Don't let geopolitical nonsense, don't let internet problems really deter your strategy in life. And if you stick to your guns and you don't get shaken out, I've been shaken out before when I, talk about this stuff. I've made plenty of mistakes in the past, and I've just been around long enough that I know the name of this game now. We have earnings that are going to be going up, but yet stock prices in the last 6 months have been going down. That should really be motivation for anyone that is like really struggling with the geopolitical nonsense. Earnings are going up, stock prices are going down. 2022 earnings down, stock prices down. But then again, 2022 was just a buy the dip opportunity regardless, right? Okay, I'm going to wrap up today's episode with this. If you enjoyed today's video, please smash the like button. New video tomorrow. We got massive earnings coming out so very soon. Stay motivated, everyone, and see you all in the next one. Later.